Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's new CEO welcome call. We're so excited to have you on today's call. And as always, I'll be sharing some tips with you on how to get started and jumpstart your business. And today we have special guest Kelly Smith. She's one of our amazing leaders, in our community, and she's here to share some of her getting started tips. So right now, we're going to switch it up a little bit, and we're going to have Kelly go first. And so she's going to share her tips that she shares with her new CEOs when she onboards them, and maybe some tips that she used when that she learned when she got started. So Kelly, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much for inviting me to share this morning. And I'm so happy that all of you guys are here and are excited and hearing your stories of how you found us and getting your boxes and opening your wine, and so excited. Just a little bit about myself. When I got started with One Hope, I had very little, if any, actual direct sales experience. I had dabbled with it, but I didn't come from a strong direct sales background. So it was kind of new for me. And a lot of it was really intimidating. I didn't really know how to wrap my head around it all. And so just based on that, I would say it's really important to just take baby steps, right? The very first thing to do is just have that first wine tasting, because everything in your business is going to roll out of those wine tastings. All of the other aspects of the business that we have to offer, which can be a little overwhelming when you're trying to wrap your head around every different thing that you can do with your business. So baby steps, take little bites. I'm the kind of girl that sees, like, I wakeboarded, right? We used to have a boat and I would wakeboard, and I would envision in my head, like, I'm going to clear the wake and do a backflip, like, first time out. Yeah, no, you know what I did? I crashed a lot. So I learned that I had to first get comfortable on the board, and then going back and forth across the wake, and then maybe getting a little bit of air. Never mastered the backflip, but I did manage to clear both sides of the wake. But it took a long time. So baby steps. One of the things that I wanted to share with you guys this morning that I think is kind of helpful is setting up my calendar, how I set up my calendar for my business, because it's something that I do on the side. It's not supposed to be something that consumes every thought every single day, although that is hard to get away from because we love it so much. But how do I figure out where I'm going to fit this business into my life? So the first thing I'm going to do is get my family calendar out, whether that's on my phone, whether that's a paper calendar, whether it's a day planner or whatever. And I'm going to take a blank calendar. I'm going to mark off, or I'm going to write in every personal obligation that I have that relates to my family. If I don't want to work on a certain day, I'm going to mark that day off. Sunday's family day. I'm not going to work on Sunday. So those are all going to get marked off. If I have a full-time job, obviously that time gets marked off, or a part-time job, kids' appointments, all that kind of stuff goes on the schedule. And I'll do this for two months out, right? And then after I've taken care of all that, I'm going to circle the days that I'm willing to work, that I want to apply to having bookings on my calendar, right? So I'm going to circle all those dates. Here's kind of a little sample, right? The green ones are ones that I can work or that I'm willing to work. The pink ones are actually Facebook parties. If I'm at a tasting and I have a host that everybody's already been to one, but maybe they want to do a Facebook party. So I actually have time, like Tuesdays, I know I don't have to go anywhere, but I can do a Facebook party. So that's in there too. But these are, this doesn't have my personal calendar on it. It just has my available dates calendar, which you can download this in the back office under available date, open dates calendar. Now I've got over a dozen dates on here that are circled, but it's not my goal to work all dozen of those dates. That's not my goal. My goal is to have 4 to 6 bookings on my calendar. So once I get those booked and I get those dates filled in, then I'm moving on to the next month. Okay, so now I've got May. May's full. Guess what? people that are asking me when my next available dates are, they're getting June. And I've actually only got a few days left in June. So my May people are going to get offered July. It's kind of nice in that it keeps my calendar full going forward, right? It keeps my calendar full a couple months ahead of time, which is really nice. And it takes time to build that momentum, right? It takes time to get that, but it helps me keep my sanity, and it helps me give my hosts something to pick from, right? So I do my first tasting and I say, awesome, this was so great. Who wants to do the next one? And 5 hands shoot up. Gosh, wouldn't that be awesome? 2 hands shoot up. And I let them know, let's talk before you leave. And then when they come and we talk, I'm able to say, what's better for you? Weeknights or weekends? Okay, cool. Weeknights. Awesome. Tuesdays or Thursdays? I'm sorry, Thursdays or Fridays? Which works better for you? You think a Thursday? Cool. I've got the 10th and the 17th available. Which one would you like? So me being organized going in really helps me schedule my time that's important for my family. Also gives me a visual of my One Hope business, and am I getting the 6, the 4 to 6 on my calendar that I want to have. Really be able to concentrate on what I'm trying to do instead of just always, winging it. And I don't know about you guys, but I have my phone calendar and then I have my paper calendar and then I have my day planner, and they don't always match. So this helps me a ton. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys this morning, a little bit on just organizing your time to plan for having time to work your business. And I will say, as you saw, April was a little light, right? I got 2 more that I put into dates that I wasn't actually going to work, but I'm going to go ahead and work because I was going to be out of town. I'm not. But if I have some time set aside and I haven't got those 4 to 6, I was planning on working anyways. That's a great time for me to sit down and make phone calls for, maybe set aside an hour. I was going to work on Friday anyways. I don't have a booking. I'm going to take that hour and I'm going to work, 15 minutes on getting bookings. I'm going to work 15 minutes on talking to people I think might be interested in this business. Later on down the road, after you've had taken some orders, I'm going to spend 15 minutes on customer service, following up with them. How's it going? How'd you enjoy your wine? I hope you had a great time. Do you need any pairing suggestions? Things like that. And so that's my suggestion. And if you spend that time on your business consistently, you're going to have a rockin' solid business, I feel. That's it.
And Kelly, I have to say, I loved everything you said, but some tidbits that I really zoned in on was coming to each event with possible dates so that you can be specific with anyone that comes up and talks to you. Offering them 2 dates that are the closest dates that you have available. I think that is a huge tip for new CEOs, because you want to book your closest dates possible. And, if you're not prepared with that open dates calendar at your events, who knows what dates you're going to throw together, or they're going to come up with a date that's 2 months out and you're like, oh shoot, I really want to book May. And so if you come with that May calendar ready in May and June, and you offer the closest dates possible, those aren't available, fine, offer the 2 next closest dates. I feel like that is huge when you're trying to book your calendar. Thank you so much for sharing. I see one question, and it's pertaining to events. So let's see here. Lisa had one question. Do you find that Friday and Saturday nights are most popular? Do you have success on weekday nights as well?
So myself personally, I don't go out much on weeknights for tastings. So I do find that weekends are nice because people are a little more relaxed and I can get an earlier start time. I'm kind of an early to bed girl. I like to be in bed between 9 and 10. So I don't want to be out at a tasting until 10 o'clock on a weeknight. That just doesn't work for my life. And so, yeah, I find that Fridays and Saturdays and Sunday afternoons too. Sunday afternoons are a lot of fun because people don't have the obligations that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Sports don't usually happen on Sundays. Meetings don't usually happen on Sundays. So it's a really nice time to just kick back and enjoy some wine with friends. So,
yeah. And I think a good point that you made there, Kelly, was that you get to work this business when it's available for you as a CEO. So circling those dates, having a set time that you want to book an event, and then if someone comes to you and says, oh, I could really only do this 8 to 10 p.m. event to Kelly, and Kelly can decide, okay, do I want to book the event or do I need to stick to my schedule?
Mm-hmm.
And that's up to her. No one is telling you what to do. This is your business. You're the CEO of your own business here.
Yeah.
So you can definitely create your own time. And as she said, if there's a block of time that you blocked out for an event, you can decide to work your business, in a different way. That can also be just as valuable. Mm-hmm. So definitely, these are some great tips, Kelly. Thank you so much for jumping on.
Thank you, guys. I'm running. I'm going to go to a nonprofit tea. So
oh my gosh, go have fun. Thank you so much for joining.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. So I just loved all of Kelly's tips. I see some of you writing notes. That's amazing. And we're just going to jump into some tips that I had for you guys. So right now, as a new CEO, we had some people that signed up in the last week. You probably saw in your inbox some welcome emails from our home office. There are some great tips in there. So each email is going to cover a different topic with tips and reminders of things you will want to set up. One of them goes into that open dates calendar. So you can go into those emails and find the open dates calendar that she just shared. That's a huge asset for you right now as you're jumpstarting your business. We have some great goal setting tips in there and information on our Fast Start. And then also our training opportunities. The call that you're on today, was sent in the welcome email. And we have all these other calls available as well. On Tuesdays, we have question and answers with Mari Coyle. She is our director of wine. It's Tuesdays in the Facebook community group at 10:30 a.m. It's a Facebook Live. And then we have today's new CEO welcome call at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Zoom. And then we have tomorrow's tips from the top call. And we'll go into more details on what's going on tomorrow, but it's at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. A leader runs that call along with Chris, for this week. And so that's amazing call to jump on. And then on Fridays, we have our Feedback Fridays with Adri Cunningham. And she goes through the feedback email and shares some hot topics that the community, wants some more details on. And so definitely these are some great opportunities for you to learn more about the business and how to jumpstart your business. And, you're taking the right step by jumping on today's call. That's amazing. We're so happy to have you here. Another thing, like as you're getting started with your business, that's super important is to meet up with your mentor frequently. You signed up with someone and they're, seasoned, in this business. And if they aren't, then they're going to have their mentor help out as well. So definitely meet with your mentor and reach out to them when you need to chat, but we recommend a minimum of 4 times that you meet up with them or have a phone call or a Zoom call, within your first your first 30 days. And, your mentor should be reaching out to you as well. So definitely make sure to communicate with them on any struggles you have, any goals that you want to set, and just help you jumpstart your business in that way. So let's see here. Another thing that I touched on earlier was some goals and Fast Start. That was included in one of your emails, your welcome emails, but in your first couple of weeks, it's very important to set goals in your business. For every 2 qualified events that you have in your first 60 days, you earn $100 in Fast Start rewards. That's huge. Those are rewards that you can use to boost your business. And I said qualified event. A qualified event is an event that sells $300 or more in retail sales. So that's awesome. And then for every one new CEO that you bring on, that's a qualified CEO, you earn $100 in Fast Start rewards there as well. So I said qualified CEO. That means that they go on to hold 2 qualified parties within their first 60 days. So they can sign up on your day 59, but then they have their first 60 days to hold 2 qualified parties. I hope that makes sense. We have more details in that welcome email. It breaks it down really easily for you. And then another thing to really focus on is the foundation of 4, which is 4 tasting events in your first 4 weeks. 4 more tasting events booked in your 60 days, and then 4 potential CEOs that you're going to meet up with, have a chat with, to tell them about the opportunity, and one of them, let's hope, maybe more, one of them will sign up on your team, and that's where you'll earn those rewards points if they hold 2 qualified parties in their first 60 days. So we have something here that's like a great goal to try to achieve. It's called the Fast Start Award. And that's 6 events in your first 60 days and 1 new CEO on your team. So it's 6 qualified events in your first 60 days and 1 qualified CEO in your first 60 days. And that's why we say 4 tasting events in your first 4 weeks, because you really want to jumpstart your business. If you leave too much time in between your events, you could lose, you tend to learn a new thing about your business at every event. And if you have an event the next weekend or a couple days later, it's easy to turn, those tips and implement something new in your business. If you have a month or 2 months in between your events, you're going to forget. You're not going to be able to continue to improve your business. And as a new CEO, don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. Just take it one event at a time. So definitely talk to your mentor and set some goals with your mentor so that you can continue to grow your business. And then some things that you can do while you're waiting for your starter kit. I think it was Angela that was waiting for her starter kit still. And print out that open dates calendar and start figuring out what dates are available for events. And then print out the why not list that's also in your emails so that you can start brainstorming some contacts to reach out to and let them know about your new business and ask if they want to meet for coffee to hear all about your new business. Set up your first tasting event. As Angela said, she's been tracking her starter kit, so she knows when her starter kit's going to arrive. So definitely set up your first tasting, have it be a launch event, invite all your family and friends. That's an amazing opportunity to announce your business to people that love you and care for you and want to support you. Decide how you're going to share your announcement with your family and friends. There's so many ways nowadays to announce a business. Something as simple as changing your voicemail and changing your voicemail to announce that you're working with One Hope now. Send in an email, updating your signature on your email, Facebook announcements, Instagram announcements, setting up a Facebook party, and then having an in-home tasting for people that can attend. So those are great opportunities. And then for training, we announced those, or I talked about those training calls that we have, but we also have something really great. It's called VIA University. It's in your back office. So all you have to do is log into your back office and click the VIA U tab. And there's some great information in there. I highly recommend concentrating on the getting started section. That's going to go through everything you need to jumpstart your business and get started. And then another thing that you can do is jump on this call on Wednesdays for the next couple weeks, because we're going to have new leaders sharing different tips every week. And we'll get to meet new CEOs, and you can connect with new CEOs that way. So definitely be sure to jump on for the next couple of weeks. It'll be different, and it'll really be a great opportunity for you to learn. And then, so a couple things that I'd love to ask you to do between now and when you get your starter kit, or now in your launch event, is schedule your first tasting. And hold a coaching call with your mentor. So reach out to your mentor and be like, hey, I'd love to connect. If you haven't already connected, if you don't already have a call scheduled, reach out to them and tell them you'd love to set some goals with them and come up with a game plan for your business. And then another thing I'd love for you guys to do is announce your business through social media or email, or any of the ways I just talked about, because that's how you're going to get people interested in your business. Share that we make an impact in the community. Share that we have award-winning wines. Share your business and be, one thing I love about this business is that I've been working for the company for 9.5 years, and I am still proud to this day to tell people what I do, because I work for such a great company. So I know that you guys will feel the same way. We're so excited to have you as part of our community. And, we covered some great topics on today's call, and I'm going to open it up for question and answers. So does anyone have any questions? I see there's a couple items in the chat, so let me go ahead and pull those up. Let's see here. Can you please give a few more details on the Facebook party? Are there any tips in VIA University? Yes, so we have a training tool called Facebook Events in VIA University that you can take a look at. And so definitely take a look at that. We have some great social shareables in VIA University under, I think it's resources, and then social shareables, and then Facebook events. So we already have those shareables created if you'd like to do a Facebook event. And then in the community page, there is the Facebook community page for VIA. If you search Facebook events, there's a lot of great tips in there. And then also there's a training that I did, I'd say about a month ago, that you can take a look at. It's a recorded call to learn more about Facebook events and how you can utilize those. Great question, Nikki.
Hey, Sabrina. And, just to kind of piggyback on that, you guys, try to make sure that when you're doing your first tastings, as you're just getting started, that you're focusing on in-home tastings and private tastings. Mm-hmm. The Facebook tastings or the virtual tastings that you do will be like once you get going and some people have already experienced the wines and stuff. I see Mari, our director of wine, has joined us too, and she does a great thing on one Tuesday out of every month called Grape to Glass. And if you want to see what it's like to do something virtual, go to Grape to Glass, because she encourages everybody, to have their wine already for that event, and she pairs it with a popcorn. So it's something that you could even do similar as a virtual tasting down the road as you become more involved in your business. But, we really want you guys to get a good feel for it, because those are the most effective ways to do your tastings when you're first getting started. But I love that question, because you're thinking ahead and you're thinking about all the different ways that you can market.
Yeah. And when I mentioned initially a Facebook event, it was just so that you can get out your business to friends and family across the country, and share with them what you do and offer them the opportunity to try our wines And that way, if you go to visit them, later down the road, you can do an in-home wine tasting event with them after they've tried the wines, and know that, that's how you can get some really great customers, is for them to try and know what you're doing. And it's just a great tool to use just to invite your family and friends that can't attend an in-home wine tasting when you're initially launching your business. But thank you, Chris, for mentioning that. Does anyone else have any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. Lisa?
I do. I have two questions. The first one being, I am finding that there is so much information to understand about this business, the causes. I don't understand how CEOs are moving so quickly into tastings. I'm not comfortable yet with my selling ability to truly understand the business and the causes that we support to jump in there and do 4 a month. Is that okay, or is this the pace you need us to do this at?
No, you're creating your own pace. Some great tips that I have for you is in your starter kit, there's something called a Smart Necker. It's a great cheat sheet. If you're at an event and someone asks you a question, Mari, our director of wine, helped create those, and they're fun. And you really, the great part about this business is, like, people will just want to know about the impact. They want to know about the wines, but all that information is on the back of the label. So you can just grab the bottle and read from it. No problem in doing that. And you can also take a look at those Smart Neckers. And then we have some great tools, like our featured wine list. And then we have also the tasting script. It's our event tasting script that you can take a look at to help you point you in the right direction on what to speak about at your tastings. Okay. So definitely don't feel overwhelmed. We know you can, but just make it super simple. Just bring the wines, have one catalog for you to reference. If you don't feel comfortable talking about the whole catalog, that's totally fine. Your first couple of events, have it be what you're comfortable talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I love that you said that, Sabrina. I'm sorry, I just want to jump in because I'm so excited about this. The thing is, Lisa, is that you don't have to know all of it at all. Mm-hmm. Keep it super simple. What you're doing is you're introducing an impact company to people. And we just happen to have great wine too. And I don't know if it was Mari last week in her Tuesday Q&A, or if it was the CEO that I was talking to. I heard someone say, if you can read and pour, you can do this. It's all about pouring and being able to read the bottle. Did you say that, Mari? Okay. But the thing is that's how simple it is. And and so if you are someone who knows a lot about wine already and you feel like you really got to know our wines and be able to sell yourself well that way, pick one. Pick one or two to really kind of get behind like 1 or 2 impacts that you can talk about. Mm-hmm. And the other ones will do their work themselves. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because it's about introducing this to people, having fun, getting together, drinking wine.
Thank you. I think my last question in regards to impact, I was looking through some of the literature that you guys sent, and I was seeing a lot of, so and so many cases does this and so many cases. But there's one that I'm not understanding, and I don't know where to get the information. It says, these 10 cases educate women on ovarian cancer. Educate or introduce them. What if someone were to ask me, what is that? Because I know clinical trials, money's going to clinical trials, money's going to here, but to educate somebody, what more is that I can explain on?
What this nonprofit does is they a lot of women don't know the signs of ovarian cancer, so it really they speak about different symptoms that you can have. Ovarian cancer is one of the cancers that goes undetected until it's kind of longer in the process and it's a higher grade. Mm-hmm. So definitely it's very important for women to be educated on that. And that's what this nonprofit does to help with early detection. But I think it's very safe to say when you're talking to people just to read off the bottle of what it does. And then if someone asks you, you can just say like, yeah, this nonprofit just educates women on what ovarian cancer, like the symptoms of ovarian cancer, so that they can go and get tested and have early detection.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And I think one more quick question from me. Does anyone have the logistical agenda for Crush as far as when people should be flying in, when people should be flying out? I wasn't able to find that.
Yeah, so on the Eventbrite for Crush, it should have a tentative agenda.
Oh, great. Okay, I haven't gone that far into it.
Yeah, it's on that doc. I think if you just scroll down, it'll be a tentative agenda for Crush, and you can definitely follow off of that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Are you thinking of coming?
I'm kicking it around.
Yay!
Yes.
Please come. It's going to, oh my gosh, it's going to be so amazing. You won't regret it. I promise you.
You'll love it.
Yeah.
And you know what? The other thing too, Lisa, I'm so excited that you're going to come to Crush. Sydney, your sponsor last week, she shared some stuff with me that was over the top. So ask her to share with you what she shared with me, because I think it's going to help you with your tastings. Yep.
Oh. Okay. I will. Hopefully it was all good.
Oh yeah, very good.
Awesome, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining today's call. Does anyone else have any questions? Mari, I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you have any tips?
Well, I just popped on because I had a couple extra minutes, and I was talking with a new CEO yesterday who was on Facebook Live, and then she joined last night on Grape to Glass. And, you know, I've just been working on a couple projects with Drew, and really excited and jazzed about, you know, bringing the community together around something that we love. Obviously, for most people, the impact is the most important part of the whole package. It contributes to their life, their well-being, their friends, their family, and just really is like the difference between any other company. But at the same time, we learn a lot about wine together, and it's an option. You don't have to. You can be 100% successful without really knowing much about our wine at all. That's been proven. People do it every day. But if you want to learn more about wine, this is the place to do it. And it's really fun. And it's just, you know, my favorite part of my job. So I just thought I'd pop on and see, you know, what some new CEOs were doing and what they might need help with, and encourage you to join us for these trainings on wine. It's fun.
Yeah,
Great.
Thank you so much, Mari, for joining. I was so excited to see your face pop up.
You know, I want to.
Is it okay if I ask Mari a quick question? I didn't do it on the call last night. You had mentioned that your estate wines are being, the actual winery itself is being built in Rutherford, next to Mondavi and Cake Bread and Opus. The other core wines, you mentioned that they're sourced from vineyards across the wine region in California. Where are they bottled?
They're bottled in Napa also.
Oh, okay. So, and do you use somebody else's bottling facility or yourself? Do you guys?
We work with Rob Mondavi's team, and they bottle them for us.
Robert Mondavi, the winery itself?
No. Actually, it's kind of complicated, but he doesn't.
I know the family split
own that anymore. But Rob Mondavi's winery and Michael Mondavi's winery is called Folio, and they bottle the wines for us.
Perfect. Thank you.
In Napa.
Got it.
Yeah, great question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know that Lisa has a background in wine. I found out from Sydney. So it's really, really fun having her as part of the team. And what I wanted to say too is that we're working on a really big project, you guys, that's fun. And we have a whole new learning system that we're going to be launching soon. And you'll have an opportunity to go through some new CEO training. You'll have an opportunity to take core collection wine series. Mari's been developing a whole bunch of training in wine. So we're going to be providing for you guys the things that you need to know, and the tools and stuff. And we can't wait to be able to launch it, but we're in the testing phase right now. So we need a little bit more time. And
we're knocking at the bit to get this out there. Just so you guys know.
And this call has been such a great place for us to be able to find out our content and what we need to provide you guys. So it's awesome.
Yeah. It means a lot to have you guys joining us. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone else? Feel free to unmute or just pop in the chat box. If not, I think today's call was amazing, and it was full of great information. I loved Kelly's tip about the calendar. I think that's such a huge opportunity for you to come to each event prepared with those items. Did I see someone unmute themselves? Does someone?
Yeah, hi. Sorry, I've been talking to myself. This is Angela, and I wanted to. I just wanted to get some business cards because I find that's really helpful in addition to talking about it, but also being able to give people something. So I've been multitasking. I apologize. And I'm on the site, and I found the space, the page for it, but I cannot find it again. And I've gotten a little lost. We don't have to all be on the call for that, but I just wanted to follow up with somebody about that.
Angela, I'll make a note, and I will follow up with you with a link for Vistaprint to purchase your business cards. That's no problem. So expect an email from me later today.
That would be great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sounds like we got some movers and shakers here.
Yeah, so exciting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I loved having Chris on today's call, even Mari, too, and Kelly. And, definitely I'm going to be posting this recording on the community page. If you have any questions that arise, feel free to post them on that post. And one of us will jump in and answer. And we're so excited to have you as a part of our community. So exciting to hear what everyone's working on and how you're going to jumpstart your business with us. And we'll definitely be seeing you again soon on one of our training calls. And thank you so much. Everyone have a great day.
Have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Sabrina.
Bye.
Thanks, Sabrina.
Bye.